Good evening, friends. Welcome back in another episode on Vimshotari Dasha on Saw Podcast. And again, we are with Astromaster U K Jha. Astromaster, welcome back. In the last episode, we have discussed something on Vimshotari Dasha regarding some of the observation made by you that this is not going to be a standalone solution to time event in life of any nativity. That's true that we have to take advantage of other tools also while analyzing any horoscope. But as to master, there is again some incertitude regarding application and supremacy of Vimshotri Dasha. As we can see, social media platforms or books are the modern practitioners. We can find dominance of Vimshotri Dasha. So you are telling that it cannot be a standalone solution. You have to use it along with other tools also, including many dashas. But why this dominance is everywhere? Maybe on the institutional level or on the individual practice level or on the social media platform, on any discussion forum or anything like that. So what's your take on this, Astro Master?
Actually, do you mean to imply that why Vimshotri Dasha is being used by large number of astrologers, or why it is popular? Do you mean, are you coming up to that point? I want to know.
That's
Do
true.
you mean to say that? Do you
Yeah.
mean to say that this Dasha is being used by most of the astrologers?
Yes, that's true.
And in spite of that, I am telling that no, you take some other Dasha also as a supporting
Yes,
Dasha
I
system.
yes I do agree on that
Many
also.
other, yeah. So I can tell you one thing in that. I will not go to the very far-fading past about the evolution of astrology, dasha system, etc. That will take some time, because there are many standard books I have been telling who have no, whose authors, reputed authors, have not considered Vishwasri Dasha any worth, and they have not even mentioned of in those books. And those books are standard. Say, for example, Bhav Kutuhal, Hora Makarand, Behat Jatak. There are many books like that. So there is no point in listing out the names of those books. So far, you are telling about why it is so popular. Yes, I do. This is today, or not today, even since I think last century, or maybe even earlier to that. This dasha system is adopted, used, and applied by more than, I will tell you, 95 up to 98% of astrologers who are in practice, who are in professional astrology. Now the question is why? So you know, popularity of everything depends upon the marketing campaign. And I personally feel that it is the marketing campaign may be loaded with some conspiratorial motives, but I will go only up to the marketing campaign for making it popular. And because of that, this dasha has become more popular, or much more popular, compared to other dasha systems available in the text. Now, you may say that I am making a big allegation. I am disregarding the merit of this so-called wonderful, only working dasha system of Kali Yuga. But then Rest assured, this is not the first time that I am doing. I have been doing it since decades. And I have always put my foot strongly down. So much so that when the great Dr. V.V. Raman, I can tell you, Dr. V.V. Raman, I respect him a lot. And it is because of him and his invigorating efforts that brought Vedic astrology outside the domain of India and established it firmly in US, Europe, and maybe in Canada and Australia also. So, contribution of Dr. V.V. Raman cannot be questioned or denied. He was really a towering personality of our age. But one thing which everyone or anyone can question, all along his life in interpreting the charts, he used only Vimshotari dasha. Only Vimshotari dasha he has been used. He did not use, at least I have not seen. If somebody had seen, he is welcome to show me. But I have the copies of astrological magazines since late 1940s, bound in volumes, and I have gone volume by volume. I have not seen any other dasha system being used by him for interpreting the chart. This was discussed among astrologers and this was being discussed privately because that time neither the social media was this much strong and print media was under the grip of certain. But intelligence does not go into the grip of anybody. So there were discussions. And when opportunity came, I encouraged our Santanam to start or rather encourage Kal Chakra Dasa because he was not quite adept in Gemini. So I told him, okay, in Parasar only, and you have written a commentary on Brihat Parasar Hodasa. So you go for Kal Chakra Dasa. But the problem is that he was also versed in Vimsotri Dasa system only. Then I convinced him, look, since you respect BPHS, Brihat Parasar Hoda Shastra, and you have written first commentary on this only, go through it. In that Dasa delineation chapters, you will find that after Vimsotri Dasa, the maximum number of slokas have been devoted only to Kal Chakra Dasa, although there are large number of Dasa systems mentioned in that book, discussed in that book. Very short, very, and in the excruciating brevity, I will call it. Then he agreed. But then me and Santhanam were having many differences on many points also. Like the Kal Chakra Dasa prevalent in the book and the Dasa I was taught have some discrepancies. So I told him, you discard me. You go as per whatever is written in the text. And anyway, somehow we agreed and Vimsotri is Santhanam started interpreting the charts with the help of Kal Chakradasa in times of astrology. And almost in every issue, he was taking up a chart and interpreting it with Kal Chakradasa. This shows that it is not that people were not noticing. And when opportunity came, yes, I came a step forward. But your question, principal question, still remains there only. Why it became popular? And I told you in the beginning that popularity is a product of a strong marketing campaign. So if you go through the books, you take out the books available in the market, you will find that in 90% of the books, Vimshotri Dasha has been invariably taken. And even in that 90%, you will find that 95% books have slokas only related to Vimshotri Dasha, that is in terms of Dasha period, then Antar Dasha, Pratyantar Dasha period, Antar Dasha period, Pratyantar Dasha period, Pran Dasha, Sukshma Dasha, etc. But all is revolving around Vimshotri Dasha only. And even in the Panchangas, you could see even today, it is in practice, that chart of the Mahadasa, it is Mahadasa and Antardasa. It is invariably given for Vimshotri Dasa. Then there is a sloka that I quoted other day, which claims in Brihat Parasar Hoda Shastra that only this is the principal and most uh, favorable result giving dasa or timing the events. So I am telling if this is not a part of conspiratorial campaign, then why description about interpretation of other dasa system are not available in the text? That means you go all the many good dasa systems you will find, but they have been simply mentioned, nothing more than. It has also not been elaborated in detail as to how to compute those dasa systems. And because of that, lots of controversies are going. And he so overtook the opportunity and entered into the orbit of popularity. He made his own version. Chardasa is the live example for that. What I mean to say that what would you say about this fact that you are not getting the computation of other dasa system slokas related to that? You are not getting slokas or details about how to interpret those dasa systems, especially Rashi dasa system. Third, and which is more important, why it was mentioned that only this dasa system will work in Kali Yuga? Why this excuse of Kali Yuga has been taken? How can a dasa can make itself convenient to a particular yuga? Is it possible? So all this shows that there has been a campaign, a very strong, assertive, determined campaign to keep the flag of Vimshotri flying above all other dasa systems. So I think that is the basic reason. And maybe since this has happened, nothing, no conspiracy can flourish without the power of money. That means there was money behind this campaign. And at that time, the money could have only come from the royal courts. Now I will not go further because unnecessary controversy will arise. Because I am already being blamed that I am campaigning against Sutri Dasa system, which is most efficacious and which is giving very good results. And in spite of that, I am telling you no, no. What I am telling you, no, 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 use it, but use other dasas. Don't think that this is the sky, this is the horizon. No, this is also like any other dasa system. It has no specificity except for the fact that you have the available details and you find it simple and accessible. You can say user friendly. This has been made user friendly through the books and the acharyas. Now, in this respect, you may have other questions also,
Yeah.
because I have time.
So, first of all, I consider that maybe that is a doubt at my side, that ease of doing business in the field of astrology also, while the supremacy of Vimshotari Dasha has been seen. But I've seen on many occasions that with the basic birth map, with the fantastic divisional charts, along with Shadvala, Ashtakvarga, there are many composite methods to diagnose anything in the horoscope. But that was the question, why we are only given weightage to the Vimshoti Dasha. So that's true. But now, why institutions are not in favor of promoting other dasha also, which are, I think, named in a very new wrapper as a conditional based dasha system. So that can be a larger topic to discuss. But I'd like to have something from your side, that how to deal with this, Astromaster.
Dealing with what? Dealing with Vimsotri Dasha
Uh,
or dealing with other Dasha systems.
yeah, I mean that we are dealing many things with the composite chart reading, Shadvala, Astakvarga. We are making all composite things to analyze auto certitude, going for any certainty in any horoscope. But to time we are dealing with Vimshotri mostly, and other dashas are named as
I told you,
conditional.
no, because
Yeah,
most this is because most of the astrologers even today don't know the computation, the correct computation is a latter thing. First, about the computation, then how to proceed or apply those dasar systems. So still today, 90% astrologers in the country don't know, because those dasar systems have not been backed up properly for making them users friend. Secondly, when such things happen, these things happen because of certain regions that try to dominate one culture, or it is because of the attempt of one culture to dominate other. In history, it might have happened. In fact, it has happened, but I am not asserting it. We'll discuss it on some other occasion. But it might have happened. And this you can see globally. If you go through the world history, you will find that these things have happened. So suppose somebody comes, when he conquers any region, first thing that they do, that they impose their language.